For those of you that come from high control environments, whether it's high control religion or a super involved high control family, for many people with siblings involved, there has been a very confusing healing process along the way. In high control families, siblings are often used against each other, and this is done usually not on purpose, but sometimes it actually can be done maliciously. Whether it's done maliciously or subconsciously, it still is something that happens quite frequently. And that is how one parent, or both, but it's usually just one, will pit the children against each other. Because if you're fighting each other, then you're not going to recognize how messed up and how controlling that your parent is. And the dynamic also is that even if you do recognize it, even if you do see the high control tendencies and you're not comfortable with them, it is a lot easier to try to align with a parent so that at least maybe they can get off your back a little bit. And so parents will often use this as an opportunity to pit their children against one another. Sometimes it's very obvious, where a parent will voice out loud, I like or love so and so more than you, or even saying, today so and so is my favorite child. And other times it's more subversive, it's quieter, it's just noticing that somebody else gets to stay up later than they're supposed to, or somebody else gets extra dessert or dessert at all. If the rules are being bent for one child, sometimes that is enough for the other children to notice and creates this conflict within the relationships of the siblings. When you start to heal and you want to have those wonderful sibling relationships, there is a lot of damage that has been done that both siblings, or more if there's more than one or two siblings, but all of the siblings have to really come at this from a place of, I don't know you the way that I thought I knew you. Like when you were a child, I knew this version of you, and this version of you was actually through a filter. It was through a lens of what one parent told me. And this can be a very hard thing to communicate, because if you were told all your life that your sibling was one way and you treated them that way and you believed what your parents said, it's really hard to kind of switch gears, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of determination and a lot of awareness to give space for that sibling to be themselves, and you need to just observe. So I would really encourage you, if you have come from this environment, if you have a lot of trauma in your family growing up, if you have a lot of high control in your family growing up, to just take a pause and realize that you might not actually know your siblings the way that you think you do, and giving them space to be themselves without judgment. Just observe them. You don't have to get involved. You don't have to argue with them about things. Just take the time to watch what they do and see what they do without your lens, the filter that you see them through. The only way we're going to heal these relationships is if we can take off the old lens, whatever it is that you were told about somebody, and allow a new lens to develop. And people grow. Maybe certain things were true of somebody, 10, 15, 20 years ago, but people grow and people change. On top of all this, have compassion for yourself, for them. I mean, you guys have been through so much together and also not together, because there's different levels of things. There's different aspects and different parenting that you both have been under. They always say that every child is raised by a different parent, and that's true, because with every child, the dynamics shift in the family. With these dysfunctional families, it's really true, because you have the dynamics shifting with every child. You have the parents getting older and learning different things with every child, and you have the parents, intentionally or not, pitting the children against each other. So every new child presents this new dynamic and a new structure that has to kind of be relearned through all the kids. If you want to learn how to see yourself differently, and you want to be able to reframe the negative thoughts about yourself, that's the kind of work I do. My name is Rachel, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker in Las Vegas, Nevada. I also see people online if you live in anywhere in Nevada, Utah, Colorado, or New Jersey. If you have any questions or comments about this topic, please reach out, leave me a comment, and let's talk.